Damas y caballeros, Bob Army Top Rank Boxing presentan 12 asaltos por el titular welter del mundo, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Welterweight Championship of the World. Sanctioned by El Comisión de Boxeo de Puerto Rico, Chairman Jose Peña Garicano. Honorable Alcalde de San Juan, Jorge Santini, in attendance at ringside. WBA Supervisor, Jose Oliver Gomez. At ringside, the three judges scoring this contest, los tres jueces son Gustavo Estrella, Guy Jutra, Nelson Vasquez, and inside the ring, working for the 64th time in a world title bout, el referee Luis PABON. And now, ladies and gentlemen, y ahora, damas y caballeros, ahora boricuas desde San Juan, Puerto Rico, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black, official weight 146 pounds, professional record 38 victories, including 11 by knockout, with 3 defeats. From Berlin, Germany, the WBA mandatory welterweight world challenger, Oktay Urkal. Fighting out of the red corner, wearing red and white, official weight 147 pounds. A perfect professional record, 28 bouts, 28 victories, including 23 knockouts. The reigning, defending WBA welterweight champion of the world, el invicto de Caguas, Puerto Rico, Miguel
Only one. Ok, vamos abajo, vamos. Mucha gente, vamos. Cotto, vamos abajo, tú. Viene con él, viene. Vamos abajo, vamos. Ok, muchachos, yo le di las instrucciones en el camerino. Vamos a hacer una pelea limpia, que gane el mejor, ok? Suerte.
You've often heard the expression in boxing about an underdog that he has a puncher's chance. The question tonight about Urkal is, does he have a boxer's chance?
Last year, an Italian fighter named Gianluca Branco was cast in Urkal's role and got busted up like never before in a 42-fight career. Body punchers hurt you in ways that head punchers sometimes do not, and Miguel Cotto is regarded now by some as the supremo body puncher in the sport. At 5 feet 8 inches tall, in a division where there are fighters who are 6 feet 1 or 6'2", like Paul Williams, 5'11", like Kermit Cintron, 5'10", like Antonio Margarito, he's going to have to be a continuously effective body puncher. Miguel starts out jabbing to Urkal's head. Straight left hand up the middle by Cotto lands on Urkal's face, and 2 of Urkal's losses against Vivian Harris, he was bedeviled by broken nose. 12-round close decision loss to Harris, and then 11th round TKO. In both of those fights, his broken nose hampered him in the late rounds. Cotto doesn't go so much for the nose as he goes for the rib cage. Most particularly, his best punch is the left hook to the liver. That's the punch that knocked out Carlos Quintana.
If you saw Urkal walking down the street with that nose, you would say there's a fighter.
100%. Cotto reaching for the first time to try to get that left hook to the body in. And already you see the professionalism of Oktay Urkal. Doesn't back off. Knows how to move just the way Miguel Cotto moves. And aggresses with the jab and the right hand himself, trying to make an impression here in the first round.
And if you notice, he definitely knows about Cotto's body punching, because every time Cotto goes to the body, or even if he doesn't go to the body, Urkal puts his elbows down. He's protecting his body. He knows that Cotto's a body puncher.
Well, by the time Bronco left the fight against Cotto last year in the 8th round, his right arm was out of the socket from the number of times that Cotto had hit it with his left hook. So that's the kind of thudding damage that Miguel can do with that punch, even if you're guarding against it.
Urkal's got an extensive amateur career, so he's well schooled.
Won a gold medal at the Olympics in 1996.
I think there's a correction there, Jim. I think he won the silver.
Well, he beat an American named David Diaz en route to the medal.
He was a teammate of the Klitschko's as an amateur.
Have to check my bio information again, be sure.
10 seconds, 10 segundos.
And Larry, you're correct, it was the silver medal. My error.
Breathe, breathe. That's it, breathe. Good. Good, one more time. That's it.
Jerry OLAYA interpreting Spanish in Miguel Cotto's corner, and when we go across the ring to the corner of Oktay Urkal, well, they'll speak German. Our interpreter is Jens Holling.
Be careful and stay calm. If he comes, you stay calm and do your thing. You did very good. Always with your leading hand.
Combi box numbers in round 1, and it was a relatively cautious feeling out round for both fighters. Cotto 13 out of 49, Urkal 7 out of 34. Cotto throwing 27 jabs out of those 49 punches, hasn't really unleashed in full effect the body arsenal yet. There's a right to the rib cage by Cotto, and Urkal tries to come back with a left hook upstairs. Another right to the rib cage by Cotto, and there's the thudding left to the rib cage. Keeps his hands high and up around his forehead, does Cotto, before dipping to throw those body punches. Body shot by Urkal. Trying to fight a little fire with fire.
Next to each other, Cotto looks much the stronger man.
It's not to say that Urkal doesn't look strong. I mean, he's a good, well-conditioned athlete, as Lennox pointed out. It's just that Miguel Cotto has a thick trunk. Left hook upstairs. Urkal kind of shakes his head a little bit. Cotto blocking a body shot with his arms. Urkal seems determined in this round, Lennox, to make his own impression on the body and try to discourage Cotto from unleashing his body attack by throwing his own body punches.
Well, what he does nicely, he throws a combination, he covers up well.
From everything Urkal said before the fight, the appearance was he was coming for a payday. He sort of knew what was going to happen. But give him credit, he's a professional and he's performing at what looks to be his best at this time in his career.
Fought a tremendously spirited fight against Costazoo on a night when a lot of people thought he was going to be totally outgunned. Pressed Vivian Harris to the limit in 2 fights in Germany. And Harris was trained by Emanuel Stewart.
Voy aquí, limpio, vamos.
Cotto having trouble finding the target with those body shots as Urkal keeps his elbows pinned down deep against the ribcage. So Cotto comes upstairs with a left hook and then lowers the shot. And Urkal coming back twice over the top with his right hand.
Good body punches always know how to get your hands down, and the way Cotto's doing it, he's showing body punches, and if Urkal's covering his body, he's coming up with hooks. He's hitting wherever's open. Wherever he sees the spot that's open, that's where he's hitting. That's a mark of a good boxer.
Cotto excites the crowd by banging away to the body with 2 shots. Throws 2 jabs upstairs. Urkal holds out his glove as if to say, hey, we're sportsmen here. Cotto simply walks away to his corner. March 5, catch the next installment of Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel. Among the stories, we sit down with new Chicago Cubs manager Lou Piniella. And starting April 15th, tune into the premiere of our special 4-part series, De La Hoya Mayweather 24/7. Unprecedented access will take you inside the lives and training camps of both fighters as they prepare for their highly anticipated mega showdown.
Keep up with the jab. Remember the jab. Don't stand there in front of him waiting for it. Movement, movement.
Cotto is another left-handed man who fights from the right-handed or conventional style. He does everything left-handed. You saw when he played golf with Chichi Rodriguez, he was hitting the balls left-handed.
Thus putting his stronger hand in front, and what that often means is pretty good jabber, excellent hooker. In this case, Cotto's strongest punch by far is his left hook. He's been working on the straight right hand over the years, much as Oscar De La Hoya started out with a great left hook because he's a natural southpaw, had to work over the years to gradually improve his right hand. Good left hook by Urkal there. There's the left hook to the body by Cotto, and he slams it into Urkal's ribcage one more time. Urkal trying to fight back, throwing right hands over the top.
Okay, nobody throw, okay?
Already after the second round, Urkal had begun blowing out of the nostrils. And that isn't always regarded as a good idea because it can prompt swelling if you're getting hit around the nose. But the red spots on Urkal's face are up around his temples and his forehead because he's been holding his hands high.
All right, watch your head, no, nobody throw, okay? Watch your head, okay?
And it looks like Urkal is boxing with his mouth open a little bit. I don't know if his mouth guard's a bit too big for it.
Or he could be tired early.
Well, he's been landing some good punches, head punches, but they don't seem to bother Cotto at all.
Watch your head.
Cotto's standing there like he almost wants you to throw a punch at him so he can react off of it.
And there was the sledgehammer left hook to the body, and Urkal is backing off. Cotto has twice landed that left hook to the body in this recent sequence, and Urkal knows now the danger of facing this body puncher up close. And there it is again.
And I don't know that I've ever seen a knowing crowd like this cheer body punches.
Hey, watch your head.
Well, maybe in the days when Julio Cesar Chavez was entertaining Mexican fans with exactly the same kind of attack. Because if there's one fighter that Cotto reminds me of, Larry, it's Chavez in his prime, hammering away at the ribcage with that left hook.
Urkal's doing a wise thing. He's anytime he gets inside, he's tying Cotto up because he doesn't want to get hit by those body shots. They're definitely affecting him.
Now Cotto fires the left hook upstairs. Urkal wobbles back a little bit. Urkal comes back with 2 hard punches of his own. Oktay is working as hard as he can to make clear that he's a competitor in the fight.
This is a proud athlete getting beaten up.
Earlier I mentioned that if Miguel Cotto can get past this fight, and if Zab Judah can get past a more or less ceremonial occasion on April 13 and against an opponent yet to be named, Judah would be the next opponent for Cotto, and that would take place June 9 in Madison Square Garden in New York. Of course, you're talking about Zab's hometown of New York City, and he would expect a great deal of crowd support, but it's also the night before the Puerto Rican Day Parade. I believe it would be the third consecutive year in which Cotto would be fighting in New York the night before the Puerto Rican Day Parade. It's become a sort of routine occasion for him, and you hear the crowd boo now as on the television monitor